I'm Gordon Smart. This is the Tuesday night evening show, and it's a big night tonight because Catfish are part of a big bill on the Warchild dates that were announced today, amongst some other cracking artists as well. Bombay Bicycle Club are on there, Gang of Youth, Tom Grennan, Nothing But Thieves, and Bastille as well. And with me right now is Dan from the band. How are you doing, Dan?
Good, thanks, mate. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you so much for joining us on FaceTime this evening with the sunshine pouring into your window. It's not like that here, my friend.
No, yeah. It was pretty. I was chatting to my mate earlier, and it was sounding like there was a bit of a hurricane passing through London. But yeah.
Good.
Hello from LA.
Let's leave this talk of weather behind and talk about this.
No, I know. What a British way to start.
No. You know what, Dan? It's a massive day today. For the last however many years, Warchild at this time of year always put on these great gigs, and that is some lineup to be a part of, isn't it?
Yeah, man. So many bands on there that we're huge fans of. So, yeah, it's nice to be in and amongst some like really decent British bands. Yeah. And we've always wanted to do this Warchild show, and I guess this year the idea of doing it at the Palladium and doing it as a reorchestrated gig seemed like something that we were very excited to do and be a part of.
Absolutely spot on. I think it's worth through your words a little mention about Warchild as well. Now, the history and heritage of the charity is incredible. To you and your band, what does it mean?
Well, I guess it has a long history and relationship with music and with bands, which is great. So it's a charity and a name that's associated with things like the Brits and with that. And I guess anything that can kind of help raise money to help kids who are just having unimaginably tough times. We're to grow up in the UK. I think we're for many reasons we're incredibly lucky compared to some people in the sort of socioeconomic and political climates of their country. So I think any little bit we can do as a band to support a charity as impressive and amazing as Warchild, obviously we'll always jump at the opportunity to do.
Spot on.
And to get to do it in a way that kind of also raises awareness for the charity, raises money hopefully, but also will hopefully be just a really fun set of shows that kind of shows off British music as well. What a nice combination.
You mentioned the Palladium there, which is another historic venue, a great place to play. That must give you a bit of a thrill as well to go and play the home of British entertainment.
Yeah, I was there recently. I'm actually watching John Ronson do like a podcast.
Oh yes,
which was great, but obviously not musical at all. But I'd never been there before, and obviously it's got so much history, and I walk past it all the time. So yeah, well excited. They said they just redone it, refurbished it, and it looks beautiful. And London's our hometown, and so it's always exciting to play a gig there.
The pressure's slightly different with these gigs as well. So we should say 22nd of February at London Palladium, Bastille are playing reorchestrated. Not the first time you've done this. I think it was 2 years ago you played similar gigs. But there's a slightly different setup involved when you do that. Could you explain to anybody who doesn't know how that works?
Yeah, it's totally different. We basically worked with our mate Johnny, who's an amazing arranger, and he's in a band called Public Service Broadcasting. And he basically helped us take our songs, completely deconstruct them, and take away all the kind of electronic elements and everything. And we basically rescored all of the songs for a gospel choir and an orchestra. And so it's just a completely different twist on what we've done. We did a show a couple of weeks ago on the 4th of January in Hamburg with a 55-piece orchestra and a 12-piece gospel choir. So this won't be quite as big. But for us, it's just really exciting. I'm a big fan of film scores. And I think there's something, there's obviously a long history of strings and classical music and its relationship with bands and with rock and pop music and stuff. So it's for us, it's like a different world. Getting to be on stage as just 5 guys that been playing in pubs for years and stuff. to be on stage with actual musicians.
Yeah. Does it make you raise your game? Does it make you raise your game when you're in those circumstances?
Oh, mate, 100%. It makes me even more cripplingly insecure than I normally am. But it's also just really fun, getting to collaborate. We're not, as a band, we've always written our own stuff and produced our own stuff, and we haven't really worked with that many other people. So this is like going in the deep end, So
the 22nd of February at the Palladium in London is going to be a special night. Bastille reorchestrated. This is Bastille and Pompeii on Radio X, and Dan will be back for more in a second. Bastille and Pompeii on Radio X. I'm Gordon Smart with the Tuesday night evening show. I have Dan from Bastille on tonight because he's playing as part of the Warchild shows leading up to the Brits, and there is some lineup as well. So Bastille are playing reorchestrated, Gang of Youth, Bombay Bicycle Club, and plenty of other great artists. Anybody else on that bill that you'd like to see, Dan?
Oh, Gang of Youth are amazing. I saw them play. Our drum tech worked with them for a bit, And so we went to go see him at a festival at the end of last summer in Spain, and they're pretty special.
Great musicians, aren't they?
Yeah, such good musicians. It's so impressive.
Excellent, man. Excellent.
I would recommend.
Now, here's the big question.
What about you? Who you going to...
Gang Use, definitely. Bombay Bicycle Club, and Tom Grennan, I think, is a huge talent as well. He's got some voice on him. See how
Tom's amazing.
What a talent.
Actually, I've done a bit of writing with Tom, and he's got the song that we wrote coming out on Friday.
Oh, is that you and him?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. The big question I was going to ask you, by the way, you've got some dates, I think in Australia, overseas anyway, festival dates, which immediately makes me think they will slot in beside British festival dates. Can you give me a nod or a wink, or make some kind of gesture across FaceTime that would suggest which festival you may be playing here?
Mate, we're actually about to piss off for a while. We've not done a summer not playing festivals for like 7 years.
Yeah.
So we thought it's probably about time that we don't like litter the lineups of UK's lovely festivals with our trash music. So we're actually not going to be at any, but I'll definitely be going to a lot. Yeah. With all these free weekends I suddenly have in the summer.
Getting wired
right. It feels really weird. And I'm definitely going to have like a lot of FOMO watching like all of our peers going back out. But it would be nice to just go and be there. We're just gonna make some music for a while.
Right, yeah. It's good to rest as well and recharge and come back strong.
I've heard that's a good thing.
Well, it's tease up the next question, actually, because when you go to festivals, it gives you a chance to enjoy what you've been doing for 7 years. Now, we've been doing a thing recently called live affirming, right? So there's points at gigs that will live with you for the rest of your life. When have you been to see a show recently, or maybe earlier in your life, that has stuck with you? One of those really special moments.
My first Glastonbury was the year that Amy Winehouse played, and Jay-Z were the sort of top two on the pyramid stage on the Friday. And I remember there was so much rubbish around Jay-Z headlining, and it was always going to be amazing, and it was incredible. And him walking out with his middle finger in the air and a guitar on, playing Wonderwall, was just such a brilliant moment. And that's like hairs on the back of my neck. And he just launched into this like set of just tune after tune after tune after tune. That was pretty amazing. Anyway, don't get me started. I'll just be listing gigs at you. What about you?
There's a book. I'll go Amy Winehouse, probably. Actually, I've seen her perform a couple of times, and when you see her and just the whole spectacle of the voice, the way she looked, the tattoos, just magical. And she made it feel like she was singing just to you in a room. So I think that's a great choice. Dan, thank you so much for coming on and talking to us. Going to be special Warchild gigs kicking off Saturday the 8th of February with Catfish and the Bottlemen. And then I think it's the 22nd, isn't it? Are you counting down the days until the Palladium, Dan?
I'm very excited. Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be our last show for like maybe like a year or something.
Wow.
So I'm so excited.
What a brilliant way to finish it all off. Saturday the 22nd of February. A Saturday night at the Palladium with Bastille for Warchild.
That never happens.
It's outrageous. Sounds good. Dan, thank you so much, my man.
Cheers, mate. Take care.
Thank you very much to Dan from Bastille. Right.